What up? It's DJ Sus One, the feature presentation radio show. My co-host, Ali V.
Yes, sir.
All right, we got one of my heroes in the building, one of my
Thank you,
dudes.
sir. Thank you,
one of the
sir.
funniest guys on earth.
Thank you, man.
He keeps light-skinned niggas alive. You know what I'm saying? MIXX is here.
Yes,
Oh,
Mike
thank you.
What's good, boy?
Not much. What's up, sus?
Chilling, just trying to get that.
How you doing?
That
How are you?
Epps type of money.
Oh,
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Let me borrow $1.
you don't want that. There's a lot come with it, brother.
I'm
Really?
sure.
Yeah.
All right, so you got a book.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which I actually want you to sign, but
Yes.
All right.
rushed here and left it in the car, so I'm going to have to hit you on a later date.
All right. It's all good.
Unsuccessful thug.
Yeah.
So you was a thug?
I mean, you know. I mean, that's the thing. You know what I mean? I don't think nobody's a real thug. You know what I mean?
I gotta bring you to Brooklyn.
Nobody in life. You know what I mean?
What do you mean by that?
Ain't nobody successful at it. You know any successful
Oh,
ones?
successful thugs.
Yeah, you
I
know
get
any
it.
you
No,
know any real
I don't.
gangsters? they all lose.
I know one.
Who? Your mama.
That
Okay.
That's the
Right,
real
right.
the
gangsters. man.
IRS. They're
Yeah.
successful gangsters.
They are.
right. You right
That's
about
the
that.
truth.
You
That's
are
the
right
truth.
about
That's
that.
the truth. But I named the book that sus because I wasn't good at it. You know what I mean? And it takes a lot to admit that. You know what I mean? Because so many brothers love to admit that they love to tell people all these war stories about them. And I wanted to write a book because nobody writes a book about the fact that they not successful at that. You know what I mean? So I wanted to write a book. I screamed on myself and I screamed on everybody who claimed that. You know what I mean? Everybody that claimed to be tough or tried to be or said that they was a street dude. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, I gotta write a book so the kids will know, man, it's okay to admit that you ain't that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, who's gonna step up and say that they ain't that yet? You
It's
know?
funny that you're saying this because it just works with what's going on in hip hop right now, like
Right.
the whole Tekashi 6ix9ine thing.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
if you saw what's going on, but a lot of gangsters is mad at him because he's portraying
Like
to
he's
be
the
gangster.
best. Like he's the
I'm not
best.
saying he's not gangster, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of
He's saying that no one had the balls to go up to him as of yet. So I feel like he's testing people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and if you real, you wouldn't even be paying attention to him.
because he's 21 years old, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that's the sad part about it. It's grown men chiming in, threatening this dude and stuff. And I just think they doing it for attention for themselves because ain't nobody real gonna take that dude serious. They
Well,
gonna
listen,
be
I'm a
laughing.
suburban kid. I
Yes.
don't know about the gang culture, so put me on.
Yeah.
But I saw Game shot the game. He was saying he takes the flag real seriously, you know, the blood, and he just feels like Tekashi is disrespecting the flag and the rules of that, and that's why he's disrespecting Tekashi the way he is. How do you feel about that?
Again, you know what I mean? Pull a picture up of everybody as a kid. Pull everybody's picture up as a kid. And you tell me if they were born that way. If you tell me if one of these dudes out here was born tough and a gangster, were you born a blood? Were you born a Crip? No.
Right.
That is not who you really are. That's to me, personally, you join that shit for protection. You join that shit because you was scared. And that go for all of them. I tell all the kids that if you following, you a coward. If you created something yourself and people are following, I'm with that. But all of them are following to me. That's what I think. You know what I mean? Because I had a chance to join a whole bunch of them gangs and claim them until I found out wasn't no benefits to it. You can't get your teeth done off of it. Ain't no 401k.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Ain't nothing. I'm like, what I'm claiming this shit
Yeah, I was
for?
watching
ain't
some
getting
other.
nothing out of it,
I was
shit.
watching some other interviews, like from my boy Nori. Shout out to Nori, and you was explaining how you had some unsuccessful robberies when you were younger.
I did. I was. Man, you know that's the thing is that. You know. What got me in trouble is that I do have a lot of heart. You know what I mean? And if you have a lot of heart, but you don't have the skills to pull a crime off, You gonna be a dude that just gets in trouble all the time. That's what it was. I had a lot of heart, but didn't, I remember one time a dude robbed me, this dude named Swift. This is how I know I was a comedian. That's how I ended up being funny. This dude named Swift robbed me, right? And while he robbing me, and I'm gently taking the stuff off that he want, I'm taking it out of my pocket. He's talking to me like a parent, like, now, you know this, you got to be born with this shit, right? I'm like, yes. And I'm taking my shit off, But I'm glad that I found comedy, man. And the whole time that I was out there trying to be something that I wasn't, I was funny the whole time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what? This is my calling. I'm funny. You know what I mean? I ain't a street dude.
Well, we're going to talk more about the book. I want to talk more about comedy, too, because I want to see them because you probably know a lot of comedians I don't know, but I have my favorites, and I want to know your opinion.
All right.
Mike Epps is in the building. It's the feature presentation radio show. It's DJ Sus1. Let's get it. The feature presentation, DJ Sus1, Hip Hop Nation. All right, Ali V is here.
Yes, sir.
King Lightskin, my guy, Mike Epps.
King Lightskin.
Yes. Well, I don't know how Drake feels about that. But Unsuccessful Thug, the book, out. #1 on Amazon, I saw.
Yeah.
Making a movie out here.
God is good.
Let's talk about comedians. I don't know if I'm sure people have brought this up to you before.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, who are your favorite comedians? I want to know that, #1. Who inspired you? And then I want to talk about today's generation compared to the old generation.
Yeah. Well, I definitely grew up watching Eddie Murphy.
My favorite, by the way.
Yeah. Eddie Murphy was hilarious growing up, watching him on Saturday Night Live. And Richard Pryor, of course. And, Robin Harris. But I knew a lot of comedians that really never became famous that were hilarious. It was a guy named Rodney Winfield that passed away. He was in a lot of movies and stuff. A lot of avant-garde type comedians that people never paid attention to that I really like.
Do you remember Sam Kinison?
Man, I love Sam Kinison.
Yeah, because I thought he was incredible.
Man, he was incredible.
I thought George Carlin was incredible.
Oh, man.
Eddie Murphy's my favorite.
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence, of course.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle is one of my favorite.
Yeah.
I'm excluding you because you're here because you're one of my favorites as well. He's looking at me like, all right.
No, you naming the good ones though. You naming the ones I like as well. Them is funny guys, man.
What about like some of the females, like Tiffany Haddish?
Oh yeah, Tiffany funny too. Tiffany Raw. Yeah, Tiffany Raw funny. I'm happy for her too. I'm happy she getting some success. Because I seen her working for it.
Is it wrong to say, I hate to say this because everybody attacks me, I felt like Eddie Murphy, he would get mad if I said this. I felt like he was better than Richard Pryor.
Uh-huh.
Is that wrong to say? Because everybody, including Eddie, feels like Richard Pryor was the GOAT, is the greatest of all time.
Uh-huh.
I feel like Eddie, I don't know if that's my age or whatever, I felt like he was that.
Oh, yeah. Well, Eddie Murphy, I mean, it ain't bad for you to say that because Eddie Murphy, he's Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy did his thing, man. Yeah. And both of them are GOATs, you know what I mean, from two different eras, And I've heard a lot of people say, well, Richard Pryor wasn't funny to me. And I said, I have to always stop people and tell them that was such a different era for us. He was funny in our mother and them's time.
Yeah.
That's like music. You can't really
appreciate it unless you grew up to it.
Yeah. I mean, my kids can't appreciate Grandmaster Flash, but I definitely did. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Is there still, because I remember reading that you might be up for a Richard Pryor movie?
Did
that fall through?
Yeah, it's been, the movie, the script was a Weinstein property. So,
shit.
When the Weinstein went down, all his properties went down too. So,
damn.
I talked to his wife, and his wife says she's trying to rewrite another script. But hey, who knows? I'm just gonna play Mike Epps until they get it ready.
Is there footage of you actually playing Richard Pryor, like the audition?
Oh yeah, the audition. I auditioned for it. I auditioned against a lot of comics, and I beat them out. I won over all the comics. I think because I knew how to smoke a cigarette. That made a difference. You know what I mean? Somebody sitting there trying to smoke, don't know how to smoke. It's like, he can't play with your fire.
Do you get his voice on point?
Yeah, I got it all, man. I did it all. You know?
Let's see behind the scenes.
Yeah, I did it all, man. I did it all.
Let me ask you, because you took a Netflix deal in the past, and Monique seems to be having like a lot of issues with Netflix. Do you feel like she should have taken that deal?
Do I feel like she should have took?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know her situation. I don't know. I don't know what she should have took.
Like it wasn't the dollar amount wasn't high enough for her to take it.
Right.
She wasn't getting any offers from anywhere else.
Right. I think she should have did it because that's what it's about. We crack jokes and we, you know what I mean? And I've taken deals that didn't pay me when I took the deal, but I doubled it the next time. I did a great job, and I came back and got what I was supposed to get for doing a great job. So sometimes you can take a deal that that just don't give you what you want, and you can flip it.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
but Monique stood on what she wanted to stand on. Whatever reason that she wanted to stand on that was her reason, you know. But you know, I've been taking deals that I know that they really wasn't great deals, you know, and I didn't feel bad about them because they always turn into something else. You know, I end up getting some money off of whatever.
That shmoney.
Yeah,
We're gonna talk.
Yes,
We're gonna talk about the movies in a second too.
Yes.
All right, it's the feature presentation. MIXX is in the building. It's Hip Hop Nation. Let's get it. Yeah, what up? It's DJ Sus One, the feature presentation radio show. Ali V is here
DJ
co-hosting.
Sus
Yes,
and Ali
sir.
B. This is a cool radio station. We sitting on a
MIXX.
couch,
We
man.
have Mike Epps in the building. New book out, Unsuccessful Thug.
Yeah.
And you said in the book that you got left back from kindergarten. How is that
I don't
even
know.
possible?
I still been asking my mother, well, how in the hell did I get
How
held
do you-
back?
You didn't
in-
eat the graham crackers correctly.
How
There had
does
to be
one
some
get-
shit like that, right? Well, you know, it took me a long time and many years to admit that I had a learning disability. You know what I mean? And I was hyper, man. I was just a hypertensive kid, you know. So school just didn't work for me.
I hear you.
You know, and the teacher's like, oh, you know, you don't know how to sit down. And nobody knew why, but I was eating 2 or 3 bowls of Captain Crunch before I got on the bus. So that sugar had me bouncing off the wall. And then I crashed at third period and fall asleep.
Oh, my God. And you also said that you called 911 on yourself.
Yeah.
What did you do to yourself?
Well, one
That
of
you
my
had to call 911.
one of my partners was breaking in houses at the time, and he kept showing up with all this nice shit. I'm like, damn, where you getting this shit at? And he said, I'm gonna take you to work with me one day. I said, come on, let's go to work. His name was Mad Max, and the next morning he said, you ready to go to work? I said, yeah. So he picked me up, and I don't know what. I'm like, damn, this dude do it so well. He pulls in the back of these people's driveway. I guess he didn't scope them out and realized they was gone on vacation or whatever. And we breaking these people's houses. You know, we breaking the house. He go through the window and come and open the door. I'm nervous as hell. He didn't set these people's house up like as he is. He didn't took and put pictures up of him in the house, took all they shit down. He's in this house, people's house for a whole weekend, bringing girls over there and stuff like that. So we get all the shit together and we about to leave. At the time, they had them cable boxes. You remember them cable boxes that went across like that? You might be too young, but
Oh, I do remember the brown ones that had
the brown ones, yeah.
I'm only 21 years old, guys. I'm only 21 years old.
Yeah, wow, yeah. So I mean, they used to have those cable boxes. We used to have 3 or 4 of them and some VCRs. And we was about to leave, and the dog got mad. So I'm like, damn, what's up with the dog? He was just walking around here like wasn't nothing happening. So my dog said, fuck that dog, and tried to kick him.
What?
And ran. So I ran with him. We ran upstairs and ran in a room and slammed the door. And the dog going crazy in the house. So he like, man, we got to get up out of here. The windows they were some storm windows. So there was like them 3-plated windows. Couldn't get out of the window. I said, fuck that. He said, I'm going out there. I said, go ahead, nigga. I'm not letting that dog chew me up. I called the police. I told him, man, we broke in a house.
Shit, I would have did the same shit.
You know what I mean? And the whole time he calling me a snitch. I'm like, dude, I told on me too. Shit.
I feel you.
You didn't run your ass out that door.